Good evening and welcome to your very own BYJU'S 9th and 10th grade channel. I'm your biology teacher Aishwarya.
And I am your chemistry teacher Kriti. Good evening all of you, and yes, now that the preparation is over, Aishwarya ma'am, I think this is the perfect time to have a very good practice session.
Yes, which is why we are here with the challenge series with biology versus chemistry for grade 9, where we will be doing a full syllabus, challenge series where now it's going to be chemistry versus bio. Now, ma'am, of course, we're having challenge series, but most often than not, kids get very competitive during these Menti quizzes. But I think there's a very important message through all of this, right?
Yes, don't forget it's all about science here. So we want you to give your 100% irrespective what the subject is. Maybe chemistry, maybe biology, just give your 100% because we are here with very important 20 questions for all of you. So we've got 10 chemistry questions and we've got 10 biology questions, and you can see the scores right now, which is like 0 right now, and we need to take it to the highest number possible. So
yes.
Are we all in this together?
Yes, so we're all in this, and everybody, as you know, it's a Menti quiz. So of course, quickly the code is 74767607. We'll have it sent on the chat as well. Yeah. I think, ma'am, your favorite number is 7, right? Is it 7 or 11? I remember this. It's one of those two.
10.
Oh, okay. Close enough.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Fatafat say join menti.com, and you know the drill. You'll get chemistry and biology questions back to back. So alternate questions would be there. And the total number of students getting the answers right, we'll keep adding that number. So it's going to be a cumulative score, and the higher the number, that subject wins. But again, nonetheless, we have to focus on the fact that it's all about science. It's all about your science preparation for your main exam. So you have to give your 100% in both the subjects.
Yes, and Kriti ma'am's absolutely right. So in the meanwhile, lot of you like, ma'am, start. See, we need to wait for a few students to join. So we will start very soon. And for a lot of you having other conversations other than science, I request you all to stay focused and not distract the class, because I always tell you, this is not the time for you to be having random conversations, but this is the time for all of you to be revising and recalling your concepts. So I need everyone, I think both of us will stress on this, that you stay focused in class at all times. Yes? So good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right. So now, ma'am, already they've started. Science is going to win.
Yes. I think here they are right. Science is going to win. That is a given. And Rinku, there are 20 questions. So we've got 10 chemistry questions and 10 biology questions. And let me tell you, these questions are very important from the exam point of view. So at this point of time, your entire focus should be that you need to get the correct answer in minimum time. That's the agenda, that's the aim. You people are going to enter board exam next year, so this is going to be a good practice for all of you. At this point of time, serious ho jao ab, kyunki ab next year वैसे भी तुम्हारे boards होने हैं. So I think you'll get a glimpse, you'll get an idea about how it's going to be next year.
Yes, and as you know, here at BYJU'S, we always believe in making sure that we give you the best kind of content, right? We all strongly believe in conceptual clarity, and we know that practice only makes one perfect. So all the practice that you need, everything that you require, you will find it here. And to do that, what should you do? You should just remain subscribed to our channel. So if you still have not subscribed to our channel, now is the time to subscribe, right, ma'am?
Absolutely. So quickly hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon as well, so that you are notified about all the important sessions that are coming up. Trust us, you cannot miss any session now, because your exams are just around the corner. This is the perfect time to revise everything. यहाँ पे जो क्वेश्चंस हम अभी डिस्कस करेंगे, उनमें से बहुत सारे आपको अपने एग्जाम में दिखेंगे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. दैट टाइम यू कैन टेक अ साइड ऑफ रिलीफ कि हाँ, हमने तो ये प्रैक्टिस कर लिया है. सो यस, क्विकली हिट द लाइक बटन एज वेल. And
yes, we should have
subscribe karo, tayari karo.
Yes, ma'am, we should have at least 100 likes on our video, right now before we get started.
Yes. How many do we have on Menti?
So we have around, let me move to the next slide, ma'am, so that we get an idea. So I think we have a good number of students who have joined in. So everybody who's yet to join in, code is again 74767607. We have around 130 students on Menti.
All right, let's just wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. Meanwhile, you can quickly let your friends know Let everybody join in. It's going to be a challenge session. So yes, of course, we all are in the team of science, but let's see chemistry versus biology. What's going to be the result? By the way, ma'am, you always win. Like, this has been the history. Biology is always winning.
No, but this time, ma'am, I have a lot of hope. They've been very regular in their chemistry classes. They've been focusing on chemistry. So, of course, right now, everyone, we will get started. I'm also able to hear some music. I hope all of you are able to hear this.
Ma'am, where is the physics challenge quiz? Bacha, it's going to be 2 subjects at once, right? So we'll have physics also. So probably someday we'll have chemistry versus physics, physics versus biology. That will also be covered. Don't worry. Science का इतना important part है physics आपको definitely cover कराएंगे.
Yes, of course. So, ma'am, I think we have around 160 odd students on our Menti. I think we can get started. Or should we wait another 1 more minute for all the students who are yet to join, right? So, everybody, quick reminder, 74767607.
Yes, all of you. Bio and maths favorite for most of the people. Chemists, they're like, for chemistry, कोई जगह नहीं दिल में. Bio and maths are their favorite.
No
wonder they had a tough time yesterday. Hey, all of you people had bio versus maths yesterday also, so you know the drill, how it's going to be.
Yes. All right, ma'am. Chemistry is a mystery is what Anant is saying.
Yeah, it is. Like, ma'am, why are there so many exceptions in chemistry? So I keep telling them this is what makes chemistry exceptionally interesting. So you better get the hang of all these exceptions.
Right.
Ma'am, हमारे boards होंगे क्या? Yes, definitely होंगे.
So just stay tuned. Any updates CBSE will give you. Till then, you don't worry. You all first look at 9th standard, then we'll think of 10th standard. Yes. All right, ma'am. So I guess we have around 175. Shall we get started?
Yes. All right, everyone. We wish you all the best. Just give your 100% and let's see what's going to happen. So we have the first question, and I think starting में let's set कि 100+ students should get this right, irrespective of the subject. Okay. The atomicity of K2Cr2O7 is, मतलब potassium dichromate आपको given है, and you have to tell its atomicity. First of all, you should know what is atomicity. Okay. Now, let's look at the options. 7, 11. Oh, 7, 11. These are the 2 guesses you made, Aishwarya.
Yes.
These are lucky numbers. 2, 4. So, 7, 11, 2, 4. What is going to be the atomicity of potassium dichromate? Very simple concept only if you know what is atomicity. If you don't know that, then the options are very confusing. Then you might get confused. Come on, everyone. You've got good 1 minute time.
They're like, why do we need so much time? Some of them are able to answer faster than that.
Yeah. That's the good part. I think your preparation is on point. That's how you're able to answer all questions quickly. I think they'll get this right. 100+ will get this right. Oh, nice. I think it's a great start. 170 of you could figure out that the correct answer is 11. Yes, so we've got atomicity is the number of atoms in that particular molecule, right? We can see 7 oxygen atoms, 2 chromium, 2 potassium. Just add them. We've got 11. So, just like this potassium dichromate, quickly in the chat you can let me know for potassium permanganate also. यही 2 difficult है, बाकी सब आप कर लेते हो. फटाफट से KMnO4 का भी बता दो, जल्दी से chat में.
Yes.
And let's see who's the first one. Amol is the first one to answer. Shaurya. Kamna. Yes, everybody is saying 6. Correct. KMnO4. So 4 oxygen, 1 manganese, 1 potassium. So total would be 4 plus 1 plus 1, 6. Very well done. So you know the concept. Very good. Let's move on to the biology question. And remember, at least 100 of you need to get all the answers right.
Yes, because at the end of the day, the total marks that we get here is cumulative for science. We'll add both and like, yes, this is the points we got for science. So of course, with that, let's have a look at the biology question. I'm sure it's going to be a very easy one for all of you. All right, so which among the following is an incorrect pair? So from the 4 options, you need to identify which is an incorrect pair. So you have nucleus, which is brain of the cell, mitochondria, which is the powerhouse, chloroplast, which is the kitchen of the cell, or lysosomes, that are secretory granules. Secretory granules. Don't get confused. Kitchen of the cell. I think that's a very obvious answer. And sometimes, ma'am, I also tend to leak things. I realized I leaked some stuff.
Yeah, so they've given you a name also, na?
Yes, ma'am. I'm the most popular. I'm the, what do you say, origin of the species, which is Lycosaurus. So, yeah.
Lycosaurus, yes.
So, well done, everybody. Well done. Despite me leaking the answer also, some of you went wrong. I'm surprised. But nonetheless, the incorrect pair is lysosome. Now, see, it's a little tricky here, okay? Because I understand that, you know, lysosome, you must be thinking, right, ma'am, how exactly? Because isn't it secreting things? Now, the thing is, you normally don't call lysosome as a secretory granule, but rather you say that lysosome is the, what do you say, we call it as the suicide bag. So either it will engulf it, or if at all it secretes, the whole cell at one go will be destroyed, right? So it cannot really secrete all the digestive enzymes. But on the other hand, why did you all get confused with nucleus, which is the brain? It's the control center, right? And we know chloroplast is the kitchen of the cell and mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So which is why the incorrect pair in this case is lysosomes with the secretory granule. So I hope all of you are clear with this, right? Yes, exactly. They burst, not secrete. If they burst also, that happens only when the cell has to be destroyed, when the whole cell has to be destroyed. Yes? Okay. So, ma'am, with the first round, I can see chemistry is leading with 170 points.
Yes. Let me live this moment. This is a very rare moment. I was always leading. Alright, let's have the next chemistry questions. Good going, all of you. So, I think let's fix 150 as the minimum target, because as it is, you people are doing extremely well. Chalo, let's have the question. So, the question says, select the properties that liquids have in common with gases. We've got 4 properties: fixed volume, high compressibility, fluidity and diffusion. अब इन चारों properties में से you have to tell कौन सी common है जो liquids में भी है और gases में भी है. So you have to select the correct combination out of these 4 properties given to you. Sorry ma'am for joining late. That's okay, bacha. For the ones who've just joined, the code is 74767607. Fatafat se join in. And yes, you've got a lot of time.
Yes, you have 60 seconds for each question.
Answer, but for some reason, I think 120 students will get this. I don't know why I'm getting this random number in my mind.
No, ma'am, I'm hopeful that there are going to be more students.
Yes. Yes, bacha, you can definitely join in. Fatafat se join kar lo. We've just started. We have so many questions for you. Oh, very close to my guess.
Guess.
111. All right. So, when we talk about fixed volume, liquids की तो होती है, gases की कोई fixed volume में नहीं होती. So that is ruled out. Compressibility, gases are highly compressible. That's why we have oxygen cylinders and all those gas cylinders, right? But liquids are not compressible, so that property is also ruled out. The next one we have is fluidity. Yes, both of them can flow. Liquids can flow, gases can flow. So yes, both of them are fluids. And diffusion, again, diffusion is very much possible. You've got liquid and liquid. You know, water and alcohol, you've got gas and gas, air is there, you've got gas and liquid, aerated drinks, you've got liquid and gas, perfume and air. So, of course, in gases and liquids, diffusion is very much possible. So, these are the 2 properties that are common: fluidity and diffusion. For the ones who've got the answer wrong, because a lot of you got the answer wrong for this one, I hope now it's clear why the answer is not fixed volume or high compressibility. Yes, if the answer is clear, quick thumbs up in the chat. And then we move on to the next question. Ma'am, misclick हो गया. Ma'am, diffusion. Ma'am, bio वाला diffusion याद आ रहा है. I'm telling you, Shreya, ma'am, this is a common. Ma'am, cell ना ma'am, bio में cell अलग है. Ma'am, chemistry में cell अलग है.
But at the end of the day, the concept is the same. It's just that it's happening in the cell, and you know, you guys shouldn't be getting confused with this. As a matter of fact, it should be easier that it's there in both the subjects.
All right, we can see loads and loads of thumbs up. That means the concept is clear to all of you. So the third and the fourth property were common to both. Let's see what's the next biology question now.
Yes.
And I'm sure with this question, bio is going to lead.
Let's hope. I have my fingers crossed. It's Robert Brown Anubhav, right? Robert Brown was the one who discovered the nucleus, right? Who said, oh, my sound is very loud. Yeah, you can't, I'm a very loud person. You can reduce the volume if need be. But with that, of course, we'll have a look at question number 4, right? So let's have a look at question number 4. The observation that can be made in an onion peel cell and not in cheek cells is what? So this you require some time. You have 4 options from which you need to identify the correct answer. So what are the characteristics that you would find in an onion peel cell? So can we maybe reduce the music? Yeah. Read the options.
So they are getting confused in 2 options.
Yes, and I can see some of them are evidently misread the question.
Ooh.
Yes, I can understand. All right. So now everybody has told me, ma'am, all of the above. Okay, so now think about it. How does an onion peel cell look like? Can you tell me, is it polygonal in shape? We have had a look at the onion peel cell, right? Is it polygonal or is it rectangular? Yes. Is it polygonal or rectangular? First and foremost, shape of cell is what you need to focus on. Yes, rectangular or polygonal. Polygonal means we know that there will be rectangular shape, of course, is there, but polygonal will have 5 or 6 sides or however, right? If my math is right. But basically in this case it's rectangular. Now you look at option B and C. It says, okay, cell wall is there, fine, chloroplast, vacuole. But they're saying that it all is polygonal cells. That in this case is incorrect. And if these 2 options are incorrect, how can it be all of the above? It will then be option A, right, which says presence of cell wall, vacuole and rectangular cells. Now when you have a look at cheek cells, we see that cheek cells tend to have this kind of a squamous shape, right? We know that they are flattened cells and they are squamous epithelial cells basically. But your onion peel cells are technically not polygonal. See, it's not polygonal, but it's not a perfect rectangle also. It would look something like this. So we say it is rectangular cells, which is why the correct answer is option A. So are we all clear? Yes, give me a quick thumbs up, everybody. Yes, Fatima, you can join Aram. Say the code is there, 74767607. And Shoya, please stay focused in class. Ribosomes are there. Ribosomes will be there, right? In plant cells, animal cells, ribosomes are going to be there. But shape of cells is what you need to focus on. So are we all clear? Okay, very good.
This is a very good question because the options were a bit confusing. So I think this will give you very good practice. Even if you know the answer, the options might, mislead you. Only if you know the answer, you'll mark it correctly then.
Yes.
This is the actual test of your knowledge.
Exactly. So Yasir, I think Khwaja Yasir says, ma'am, onion mein polygonal hota hai. So you see, in this case, if you say onion, it's one thing, but if you say onion peel, it's different, right? And here we're talking about the onion peel, which is why the question was very specific and it is rectangular. So everybody quickly, I hope the answer is clear. I hope the concept is clear to all of you, right? So ma'am, I think with this we can move on to
the question.
Yes. All right. So ma'am, I think I'll hand it over to you for question number 5.
All right, everyone. Yes, Fatima Bacha, we are waiting. You can quickly join in. 74767607. Too many sevens.
Yes.
Okay, question number 5. Let's load and let's see. Ma'am, you look like... Okay. Ma'am, you look like Rashmika. That's the most common comment.
Thank you.
Okay. Identify which of the following is an example of molecule of an element. You've got oxygen, you've got water, you've got sodium hydroxide. Now 4 options are given to you. My only suggestion to you is start eliminating based on the question. So molecule of an element, figure out molecule, then figure out element. I'm also being Lycosaurus here. I think I should start reading the comments before I leak the answer. I'm almost there. Almost there to tell them. But I think if you'll actually read the question, you will arrive at the correct answer. Just read each and every word of the question properly. You will land on the correct answer for sure. And 150 minimum, I'm setting a target of minimum 150 students getting this right. Come on, everyone.
I'm
You've
sure
got
you know
plenty
the
of
answer.
time.
Ma'am has stressed on the key words also for all of you.
And oh, it's a staircase, a bad one. Okay, maximum of you got the answer right. You've marked oxygen. Tell me one thing. Out of the three options, the other three options given to you, sodium, is this a molecule? It's not a molecule. So you could have, eliminated that option then and there. Sodium, it's an atom, single. It's not a molecule. Molecule matlab more than one atom. है ना? So it's a single atom. You can rule that out. Now coming to water and sodium hydroxide. Yes, these are molecules, I agree. But they are not molecules of element. Element will have only one type of atom. Just like oxygen. Both the atoms are of oxygen in O2. But in water, we've got hydrogen and we've got oxygen. In NaOH, we've got sodium, we've got oxygen, we've got hydrogen. Now, these are molecules because they have more than one atom, but they are molecules of compounds and not elements. So, element means only one single type of atom that matches your option A. Okay, fatafat se. Ozone, is this molecule of an element or a compound? If you answer this, I'll understand that you've understood the concept. Ozone, is this molecule of an element or molecule of compound? Quickly, all of you in the chat. Monoatomic. Yes, single atom. We say helium is monoatomic, right? It is molecule of an element. Good. Ozone, O3. All the three atoms are of the same element, oxygen. So it is molecule because it has more than one atom. And it's molecule of an element because all the three atoms are the same. Good. You've understood the concept. And we can happily move on to the next one then.
Yes, so well done everybody. I can see chemistry is at 411. So very proud, ma'am. Very happy for you also.
Yes. And I think with this, we'll have a very good tie after the sixth question.
Yes, Tanishka is like, ma'am, we are behind the screen shaking heads like Aishwarya ma'am because we also understood. So, of course, with that, guys, moving on to question number 6. All right. So, question number 6 is the correct identifying feature of sclerenchyma amongst the following options are what? Spherical thin-walled cells, polygonal cells with a conspicuous nucleus, elongated cells with thick wall and no nucleus, or is it all of the above? Now, this is very simple and easy. And Harshita, you've been asking me this question for quite some time on difference between mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis is also known as equational division, where a single cell will divide in such a way that the daughter cells produced have the same chromosomal number, right? But in meiosis, we see that it's haploid division. It's reductional division seen in gametes or reproductive cells, where the chromosomal number will become half at the end of it. So I hope I have clarified your doubt. And with that, well done everybody, well done. Very happy ma'am seeing 152. So,
yes.
Everybody very quickly in the meanwhile, sclerenchyma is a type of simple permanent tissue or complex permanent tissue? Very quickly in the chat. Is sclerenchyma a type of simple permanent or complex permanent tissue? Yes, exactly. The correct answer is it's a simple permanent tissue. It is not complex permanent, right? That means that it is made up of the same kind of cells. And what are these cells? We see that they are long, narrow, and they are dead cells, right? They are elongated, but they are long and narrow. And we know that the characteristic feature is that they have thickened cell walls with lignin in it, and they have a narrow lumen. So, which is why for those of you who got confused again with polygonal, or I think there was one option which says polygonal with conspicuous nucleus. They cannot, conspicuous means very evident that there is a nucleus there. How can you say that there is nucleus when the cell is dead? There will be no nucleus, right? Which is why in this case the correct answer is option C. Exactly, an example is husk of coconut. Well done, because it provides mechanical support. So with that, ma'am, I can see chemistry is leading.
Sclerenchyma is the simple one, though the name is not simple.
Yes.
I wonder what's going to be difficult, like what's going to be the complex one then.
Complex permanent has very simple names, ma'am. Xylem phloem. Very simple names.
Oh. It's the other way around in biology then.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Let's have the next question. If till now everybody is enjoying all the questions, is learning with every question, and there's something that is, increasing your confidence, then quickly hit the like button as well. I can see a lot of you've just joined in. Fatafat say everyone hit the like button also, and then let's have the 7th question on the screen, and it's a very close match. Chemistry and biology, almost hardly there's a difference. Okay, which metal melts when kept on palm? And you have to be very careful for this one. You have to be extremely careful. And I'm not going to tell you the element name at this point of time. I want you to identify it using the symbol. So I'll just read out the symbols to you. Hg, Ga, Br, C. I'm going to tell you all the names once you are done marking the answer. Because if I'll loudly say, if I'll tell you, I am sure you'll arrive at the correct answer. So first think about this. You should know what is Hg, you should know what is Ga, you should know what is Br, you should know what is C. All these are super important in chemistry. So the symbols is like the first step to understand chemistry, right? Now, which is that metal out of these 4 options that's going to melt on the palm? Ma'am, chemistry is easy. Ma'am, it's B. Ma'am, it's C. Ma'am, it's D. Ma'am, it's A. Oh, we're going to get mix of answers for this one, ma'am. Let's see.
Oh, yes. They got confused with the first 2 options.
Yes. So first of all, let's understand what the options are. First option, Hg is mercury. Then Ga is gallium. Br is bromine. C is carbon. First of all, the question is telling you, the question is saying metal. The moment it says metal, your 2 of the options are ruled out. Bromine is ruled out, carbon is ruled out. They are non-metals, right? Now you're left with 2 options. You're left with mercury, you're left with gallium. Now mercury is already in the liquid state. For mercury, it's minus 38 degrees Celsius, the melting point. It's already in the liquid state. The correct answer is going to be gallium. The moment gallium is kept on the palm, it melts. For gallium, the melting point is 29 degrees Celsius, almost like the room temperature. So, on the palm, it melts. So, the metal that is actually melting on the palm will be gallium and not mercury, because mercury is already in the liquid state. I hope this question is clear to all of you. The options were very nice. Now, bromine is also in the liquid state, so I know why some of you marked bromine, but first of all, it's already in the liquid state. Second of all, it's a non-metal. Okay, so I hope you've got the answer right, and the focus here was on the word metal. Good, all of you.
Yes,
Leaderboard you will get after the 10th question.
Yes. And everyone, somebody's like, ma'am, is chemistry actually easy? So this goes to show how much you've studied, right? So if you've studied well, then of course everything is easy. And of course, if you've been regular to Kriti ma'am's classes, everything will become easy peasy, right? So with that, don't get worried about subjects. And just a quick reminder to everybody in the chat, try to not spread a lot of negativity and be nice. Like I always tell in class, right? Let's maintain the decorum of the class. Let's all be kind and understanding of each other. And let's be nice to each other. That's always something that I always tell you. We keep seeing, we keep seeing a few comments here and there, not to call anybody out, but it's important that you understand. Now, yes, study hard. This is what I was exactly telling you. And with that, we're going to move on to question number 8, right? So let's have a look at question number 8. Which of the following is not the advantage of intercropping? So you have 4 options from which you need to identify which is not an advantage. So ma'am, I think most often than not, I think even in chemistry, right? Whenever this not comes into the picture, that's when they get confused, right?
Yeah, we kind of overlook.
Yeah.
What is the word that is the most overlooked word in, I think, entire question paper?
Yes.
So see, everyone, how indirectly we've told you to read the word not, if in case you didn't catch that.
Yes, so I can see the answers.
Yes,
Ma'am,
and for the ones,
yes, sorry ma'am.
I'll quickly take one doubt. बच्चा, gallium is not a metalloid. आप शायद उसको silicon, germanium इन सब से confuse कर रहे हो. Gallium is a metal, okay?
Yes. Oh, guys. What has happened? I can see that only 48 of you got the answers for this particular question. And Alekia, if you are new, I'm Aishwarya and that's Kriti ma'am. Kriti ma'am takes chemistry, I take bio. But in this case, I can see a lot of you have got this answer incorrectly. Alright, so what is intercropping? We know that intercropping is nothing but it is the basic process, right? Or it's a type of farming method wherein you grow 2 or more crops simultaneously on the same field in a definite manner. Now with this, let's go back to the options. First and foremost, it says it saves time and labor. You are growing 2 or more crops in the same piece of land. So it is of course going to save time and labor with respect to imagine when I had to grow, imagine I had 2 crops, okay? First I grow 1 crop, grow it, harvest it, do my sowing and everything, and then grow it again. Now for the same time period, instead of getting 1 set of crops, I'm going to get 2 crops. So this is actually an advantage, right? But on the other hand, when you talk about farmers can harvest and thresh both crops separately. Yes, they can do that, right? It's not like they will harvest it and put it together. They will do it separately, but at the same time, they're getting dual advantage. And farmers cannot apply pesticides as per the need of the crop. So is this not... Again, we're talking about advantages, right? So again, we know that when it comes to pest control, intercropping is a very good method to do. But farmers cannot apply fertilizers as per the need of the individual crop. That's not the case. They can still do that because they're sowing it in separate patterns, right? We see that they're able to sow it in separate patterns, which is why in this case, the correct answer is option D. So are we clear with this? Can you give me a quick thumbs up for this particular answer? Are we all clear? Yes? Everyone, can you give me a sub?
All of you have a great opportunity because the questions that we have over here, it's a very good question bank for all of you. Every question that you're getting wrong, take it as an opportunity to learn something new. And all the questions are, I think, very well thought.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. The team has put a lot of hard work. And for this, Shoaib is right. Video like karo, right? That's how you show us your love. That's all we ask you in return. So now I hope that it is clear, ma'am. So, ma'am, I think today is your lucky day. Chemistry looks like chemistry is winning today.
Yeah. By chance, this is happening. Otherwise, I'm always scared.
We normally talk about it before class. So, ma'am always tells me, ma'am, today you will win the challenge series. But I'm very happy.
So, I kind of take it for granted कि होगा तो मतलब biology ही जीतेगा. I'm like, कितने margin से होने वाला है. So, that's the entire focus area for me. कि बहुत margin से ना हो बस.
Alright, so ma'am, I think we'll go on to question number 9 and after question number 10, we will have the leaderboard, right? So after that, we will be having the leaderboard.
Yes. Alright everyone, let's load the next question. That is question number 9 and it's a chemistry question and I hope you all are ready with a pen and paper because you're going to solve this one. It's a numerical question. To make a saturated solution, 45 grams of sodium chloride, that's NaCl, it's being dissolved in 100 grams of water at 293 Kelvin. You have to find its concentration at this temperature. And we've got some very interesting options. 31.03, 41.03, 21.03, 51.03%. And for some reason, I don't know, I feel they'll do interventive hour-minute type, something like this and mark any answer for this one. They'll be like, oh, paper pen lana padega. For some reason, I'm getting this feeling. They'll just mark their favorite numbers and then...
Or make some silly mistakes, that's also possible.
Yes. But I think the options are not very nearby. So even if you reach the correct range, maybe 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you will mark the correct answer then. A lot of you marked 21. Okay, so what has happened is 31.03 is the correct answer. Plus minus 10 is what you people have marked mostly. 41 or 21. Let's do one thing. Let's look at the solution and understand how we were supposed to solve this question. What was the correct approach? Now, they have given you the mass of solute. And what is solute in this? It's sodium chloride. And what's the solvent? It is water. 45 grams of the solute is being given to you, which is being dissolved in 100 grams of the solvent. Now, mass of solute plus mass of solvent will together give you the mass of the solution. Very simple. You just have to add both of these values. 145 gram is going to be mass of your solution. Now to figure out the concentration. What's concentration? It's the amount of solute that's present in a given amount of solution, right? How much solute is present? We can see 45 grams. Mass of solution, 145 grams into 100. That's all you had to do. And just because you had options, if I had to mark the correct option, I'll just make it 50 by 150 into 100 in my head to just figure out the range. Don't do it because in the exam you'll have to mark the actual answer, but just in case you have an MCQ, these are the short tricks that you can apply. So 31.03% is going to be the correct answer. I hope this numerical is clear to you because आपके exam में आएंगे बच्चा, lot of numericals would be there, especially from such topics that is in chapter number 2. Concentration से related आएंगे. I want to see thumbs up in the chat that yes ma'am, we found out where we made a mistake. Chemistry and bio both are easy ma'am when you teach us. We are also very happy when we teach all of you.
Ma'am, I think some of them were asking as to why the temperature was given in the question. Because sometimes...
Just to confuse you.
Exactly.
So, a lot of extra information is always given in the question. At this point of time, temperature had no role to play. If there are comparison between two different solutions, then yes, of course, temperature will have a role to play. But at this point of time, we have a single setup in mind, right? A single setup is there. So, temperature... irrespective of what the temperature is given to you at that point of time, you just had to solve the question normally. So you have to figure out which is the important things that you require in the numerical. क्या important है? क्या हमें चाहिए? क्या extra information है to confuse us? So this is one way of us telling you that you need to be reading the question very carefully.
Yes. Now, of course, with this, of course, I can see that chemistry has... of course, you guys, when it comes to numericals, I saw one comment which said, ma'am, we did not calculate. Now, that should not be the case, right? You have ample amount of time, and if you do mental calculations, you may tend to make mistakes, which is why we have the whole thing given to you. Now, of course, another one, I can see Sahil asking me, ma'am, I'm not able to understand biology at all, and what do I do, right? So, now, of course, for biology, see, first thing is if you're not able to understand, look at the one-shot videos, right? So if you want for visualization, you can always download the BYJU'S app and you can have a look at it. But in case if you want to have an understanding of conceptual detail, go look out for our sessions, look at the one-shot videos, then go back, read your NCRT. If you feel like you've understood a little more better, you might have to sit and spend some more time in going and doing a lot of back and forth with the videos and the concepts, and come to our classes, make a list of doubts, and whatever doubts you have, we will ask you, right? So please make sure that you go ahead and you do this. And again, like I said, my Hindi is not very fluent. That's why I mainly speak in English, and I hope you are all okay with that.
Ishwarya ma'am, a lot of them are also asking that if we are not well, if we are sick, if we are not keeping well, we kind of lose the motivation to work. So what piece of advice would you share with all of them?
So first and foremost, if you are sick, you should take care of yourself, right, ma'am? I think if it is study holidays time and you have like 2-3 weeks for board exams, spend at least one day taking care of yourself and recover fast. Because, ma'am, I think if we are sick and we are trying to push ourselves, it's not going to happen, right?
Absolutely. And first of all, just try that you don't fall sick. Just maintain your diet, have healthy, balanced, meals at this point of time, because health is something that is going to either help you in the process or make it very difficult for you. So please take care of yourself, have proper sleep, proper food, so that you are not falling sick. But by any chance, if that's happening, take proper rest so that you bounce back with more energy.
Exactly. So with this, of course, everybody, with this motivation and this positive note, we're going to look into question number 10, after which we'll have the leaderboard. Girth of stem increases due to apical, lateral, intercalary, vertical. Ma'am, this is the halwa question in bio.
Everybody will get this right. So I think the bio score will just shoot up after this question. And ma'am, we'll show them the leaderboard once everybody's liked the session. Oh, they answered done before the time was over.
Very good, everybody. Most of you have got it. We know that girth, which is nothing but the lateral growth that takes place, is due to lateral meristem. So the correct answer is option B. So with that, everyone, I think that most of you have got the answer. Yes, halwa question. And like ma'am said, right? Ma'am, they have to hit the like button before we show them the
Yes, and I think very interesting scores, Ishwarya ma'am, at this point of time. 585, 588. So guys, the second half of this series is going to be super important. This session is going to be super duper interesting because kuch bhi ho sakta hai. As you
Yeah.
can see. Very encouraging scores, very interesting, and we both are very happy that science as a whole is doing really well.
Yes, exactly. I'm so happy, ma'am. I mean, that was like such a huge shoot up.
ऐश्वर्या मैम वाज लाइक चलो पहले 9 क्वेश्चंस में कृति मैम को करने देते 10th में हमने बता ही देना उन्हें असली लीडर कौन है
Right. Nothing
चलो
like that,
एवरीवन हिट द लाइक बटन आई थिंक लेट्स गिव देम अ लाइक टारगेट आल्सो फटाफट से देते हैं
250
so
likes.
your target is 250. That's a good number. 250 likes and we'll show you the leaderboard. That's the first leaderboard. Come on, everyone. We've got 2 leaderboards for you. We are done with half of the questions. We've got 20 amazing questions, and with every question you're realizing this, that there are certain concepts we need to still work on, and there are certain concepts that are there on our fingertips. So in any case, it's going to increase your confidence. It's going to enhance your preparation. इसी बात पे जल्दी से फटाफट से हम क्या करेंगे, हम सेशन को लाइक कर देंगे.
Yes, I can see 200 likes are there already. So quickly, I'm just going to run and check there.
Yes, all of you. Quickly. The second half of the session, like the next 10 the set of 10 questions that we have, the second set of questions, they are again going to check your knowledge to the core. So, deep understanding है तो फटाफट से आंसर दे दोगे, नहीं तो ऑप्शंस में कंफ्यूज हो सकते हो. So, I think अभी तो actual picture start हुई है.
Yes. So, ma'am, we have around 220 likes. We're hoping that by the time we show the leaderboard, we'll hit 250, right?
Yes. Chalo, let's move on. Let's see how is the scoreboard looking.
All right. So, ma'am, I think you can take this leaderboard.
Yes. Let's see. Who is the fastest? Very good. Eshwar, Shivansh, Abhijit, Nakshatra, Anushka, Mohammad Zizan, Dash, Tapasya, Bhavya. Very well done, all of you. And for the rest of you who are not there on the leaderboard, in the chat, right away tell us out of the 10 questions, how many questions did you get right? So we want to know what is your individual performance. So out of 10, maybe 5 questions, 7, 10 out of 10, what is your score in terms of number of questions you got right? Let's see.
Oh, nice, ma'am. Many of them are saying 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Yes, and I think that is what matters, how many questions you're getting right. That is the most important thing at this point of time. Who is this getting 100 right out of 10?
Yes, so we've already, for SST, we've already had a marathon mentee quiz. It's already done, Rudransh. You've been asking for quite some time. So we've already done for social sciences. You can have a look at the questions that we've done. For the others who are asking, ma'am, how to learn main topics in biology, like I said, first and foremost, do your thorough NCERT reading. Watch the one-shots for those topics. Go back, do the revision, solve some questions. Because right now, you need to do more of practice, right? So I hope that you are able to follow this. And in case you have any doubts, you can always come back to us.
Yes. All set, Ashwarya ma'am, for the next set of questions we have?
Yes, definitely. So, ma'am, I think now we have round 2, part 2 of this that's going to continue. And of course, everybody, very quickly, let's have a look at the chemistry question.
All right. So the question says electronic configuration of Ca is, again, I'm not going to tell you what is Ca before the answer is out. 2, 8, 10, 2, 8, 8, 2, 10, 10, 2, 4. And the options are being designed in such a way that you might get confused. So be very careful. Identify the element that is being given to you. Recall its atomic number. Recall what exactly is electronic configuration. And of course the rules of the electrons. Without that you will not be able to solve this one. And in the chat I can see very interesting A, B, C, D answers. And some of them are like E. So I used to give them option E, one of the above. So they're like, ma'am, option E is the answer. It's one of the above. Chalo, everyone. Yes, yes, options are specially designed in this way only to confuse you. Option E नहीं दिख रहा. अरे option that option E इसलिए नहीं है because that's the मजाक वाला part. I'm not serious about one of the options being right. Obviously, one of the options are right. Okay. Now, for the ones who've marked 2,4, they've taken Ca to be carbon and not calcium. That's the mistake you did. So I know why 11 people marked 2,4. It's not carbon. C is carbon. Ca is calcium. Okay, this much is clear to us. Nobody marked 10, 10. That is my favorite number. Nobody marked. But for a change, I'm happy about that. Okay, now 2, 8, 10, 30 of you've marked बच्चा. कैल्शियम का atomic number क्या है? 20 है. आपने first shell में 2 electrons रखे. K shell can take up to 2 electrons. L shell can take up to 8 electrons. You've placed the next 8 electrons in L. Now, the M shell can take up to 18 electrons. So, some of you've placed 10 electrons, but you forgot one rule that says that the outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. That means the next electron, after you've put the 8 electrons in M shell, the next electron will go in the N shell. So, it cannot be 2, 8, 10. Because then 10 electrons will be in the outermost shell. वो possible नहीं है. So it's going to be 2, 8, 8, 2. I hope this is clear to all of you. For the ones the 30 students who've marked 2, 8, 10, last shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. That is why 2, 8, 10 will not be the correct answer. It's going to be 2, 8, 8, 2. Clear है? Ma'am, only 1 second चाहिए था. अच्छा, very good. Crystal clear. Ma'am, it should be A. बच्चा 2, 8, 10 क्यों नहीं? I've just explained you. Yes, ma'am. Clear now. Octet rule. Yes. Outermost shell. Rules आपके shell में placement के आपको follow करने हैं इसमें. Okay. Awesome, ma'am. Diamond clear now. Crystal clear भी बहुत पुरानी बात हो गई. छोटी बात हो. Ma'am, it's diamond clear now. Good, all of you.
Very good. And for those of you who've just joined like Jagriti, go to www.menti.com and type the code 74767607. And ma'am, I think now that chemistry question is diamond clear, I hope bio question is also diamond clear. And with that, let's have a look at the bio question, everybody. So let's see what the bio question is. It's an assertion reason question. Now, this assertion reason question, all of you will be like, ma'am, I want to solve it, but I don't know how to go about it. So I've already taught you, if it's assertion reason, put a Y after the assertion. If your reason answers it, then we know that the reason is the correct explanation. Now, your assertion statement is complex permanent tissues are not made up of the same kind of permanent plant cells. R says that xylem and phloem are examples of simple permanent tissue. Now, if you've paid attention to my explanation, the answer is already there.
And I think just with assertion reason questions, they start doing independently the same they do with numerical.
Yeah. So please don't do that.
Come on, everyone. Yeah, they think you told the answer to Kriti ma'am.
Yes, exactly. I'm a big time Lecosaurus. Whatever I say across the session, you will be able to find the answers in that. But nonetheless, I can see that some of you, around 108 of you got this correctly. But around 20 of you says E is false. Complex permanent ka, the way they've explained it to you is different. They're saying complex permanent tissues are not made up of the same kind of permanent cells. True, they're made up of different kinds. You take xylem, you know that xylem has tracheate, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem, fibers. All are different. So the assertion is actually true. For those of you who marked assertion as false, that is incorrect. Now the reason is xylem and phloem are examples of simple permanent. Absolutely not. It's an example of complex. So how could we say that it is an example of simple permanent? This is very, very important to understand. Read your statement. For those of you who did not read the question are the ones who made a mistake. So now I hope that all of you are clear with this.
Yes, and for the ones who are still getting confused about the configuration, bacha, quickly in the chat do let me know the configuration of potassium. I'll tell you the atomic number 19. फटाफट से potassium की configuration बताओ. If you'll get this right, I'll understand that you remember the rules. Potassium, what is going to be the correct configuration? I've told you the number of electrons are going to be 19. Very good, Joe. Very good, Shreya, Amol. It's Anubhav, Vidam, Vanshika. Yes, it's going to be 2881 and not 289 because the outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. Good. Good that you've understood. Awesome. So we can have the next question. It's safe to have the next question.
Yes, ma'am. So over to you.
Let's see what's the question. All right, everyone. The question says a student is given a 7:4 ratio में by mass mixture of iron filings and sulfur. Okay. He was then asked to heat the mixture and observe the color. Student will observe what? A black color, green color, a yellow color, or an orange color. So basically, you have to identify or figure out the color of the compound that is going to be formed in this case. A student is given a 7:4 by mass mixture of iron filings and sulfur, and then he has heated the mixture. Be very careful about this one. And such questions are definitely bound to come in your exam.
Ma'am, they're asking me to guess the answer.
Oh, you can make a random guess for this one. They're like, ma'am, why are there so many colors in chemistry? Why is chemistry so colorful?
Ma'am, I think it should be black.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
Yes.
But a lot of you, I want to know. See, you understood black color. Okay, that is the correct answer. Some of you marked yellow. चलो ठीक है, उन्होंने sulfur ले लिया होगा. Green and orange. What happened? They are not even there. If I talk about only iron, that's silvery gray in color. Okay, I talk about only sulfur, that's yellow in color. When I mix them, I'll see both the colors because they're just a random mixture. But when I heat them, a compound is being formed. And I was being a leucosaurus when I told you that a compound is being formed. So what is the compound? Iron sulfide will be formed. That's going to be black in color. So iron and sulfur, Fe plus S is going to form FeS. Now the moment the compound is being formed, all the properties of the elements in that will also be lost, right? Iron will not cling to the magnet. Then you will find it to be homogeneous. A compound is going to be homogeneous, right? Mixtures are heterogeneous, but compound is going to be homogeneous. Then of course it's going to be black in color. जो constituents के color थे, जो silver या yellow color था, वो loss. Somewhere it will be lost and a new color, a black color compound is being formed. What kind of change is this? Is this a physical change when I'm heating it, or is it a chemical change? When I'm mixing it, it's a physical change, I've told you. Now what about heating it? Still a physical change or a chemical change? FeS. बच्चा FeS होगा. Fe2S3 नहीं, FeS होगा इसमें. Chemical. Good. It's going to be a chemical change. And color क्या है ferrous sulfide का या iron sulfide का? Color is going to be black. Remember that, okay? Chalo. Good, everyone. Good.
Yes. So well done, everybody. Well done. Now again, like ma'am said, chemistry is colorful. And Tanishka said, ma'am, bio is colorful under the microscope. That's also very true.
These are wise words.
Yes. I'll hold on to this. So with this, everybody, question number 14 on your screens. All right, let's see. Identify the part which is labeled as X. We've had a very similar question earlier, so that's me giving you a very big hint. Vacuole, lumen, thick wall or fiber. This is halwa question. You can call it whatever you want to call it.
I'll quickly take Shreya's out. Shreya is saying, ma'am, what was the use of the ratio in the last question? No use, again to confuse you.
Yes, but surprisingly, time is up very quickly in this particular quiz. I think there's something wrong with this question. So I guess, the thing is, the image that came to you was that of sclerenchyma, right? And we know that the part that was labeled, somebody has marked vacuole. How was that vacuole? That was, we already saw that image in sclerenchyma, right? So in this case, if you think about it, we know that the part between is the lumen, and the thickened part that you see is the lignified thick wall that is there, right? Which is why in this case, lumen is the empty space that exists, because sclerenchyma is made up of dead cells, right? So the empty space that exists is what we call as the lumen. So I hope all of you are clear for this. Are we all clear? Yes? Can you give me a thumbs up? ये हमारे syllabus में नहीं है. Who said? It's there in your syllabus. It's there in your textbook also. So please be careful. All right. Very good, everybody. Very good. Don't worry about pit and everything. That's not for you now. But you just need to know lumen and thick wall. So, ma'am, with that, before the 15th question, chemistry is at 831.
We've got 8 and 3 common in both the numbers. That's all.
Yes.
But I think the scores are very close, and again, Aishwarya ma'am is waiting for the 20th question, and I know it's going to change the way the scoreboard is looking for sure. I'm not going to get happy now. But yes, everyone, very well done. But let's hope that for every question, let's try for this, that at least 120 of you get the answer right. Ma'am, how many kids are there on Menti right now?
So, ma'am, we have 182. And on live, I think we have around
yes, I think
207.
120 is a decent number. More than 200 kids are there. So 120 is like the minimum. Come on, you have to show some unity at this point of time. And I'll just quickly take one doubt. A lot of you are saying, ma'am, difference between isotopes and isobars. When we talk about isotopes, they have the same atomic number but different masses. When we talk about isobars, they've got the same atomic mass but different atomic numbers. Isotopes will be of the same element, and isobars will have different elements. Okay, so these are the two main differences. And let's have the 15th question and see if the scoreboard will remain this way or not. An element X has valency 2. The formula of its nitride is, element X has valency 2. उसका nitride का formula क्या होगा? X2N, XN2, X2N3, X3N2. Ma'am, you will see for this question that we'll get answers in all the 4 options. I'm very sure.
I want to give the answer. I want to give the answer to this. When it's 3 seconds, I'll give the answer. I feel like I know it.
Yes. A lot of them might get this wrong.
I know where they'll make the mistake
Some of the
also.
chat answers are... Oh.
Yeah, because I used to make the same mistake when I was a child.
Yes, and that's how the options are planned in that way only, because we kind of know that what is going on in your mind. Everyone, we know that. So that's how we plan the options.
Ma'am, it's option D, right?
And yes, D is the correct answer. Ooh. Okay, first of all, for the ones who thought nitride is only N minus, option A and B आप लोगों ने mark किया, वो तो out है. Nitride आपको पता होना चाहिए. What is it? It is N3 minus. ठीक है. अब X का आपको valency 2 given है, nitride का 3 है. You just have to do crisscross. It will become X3N2. That's all you have to do in this one. A lot of you marked option B. कि nitride तो N minus होगा. No, it's not N minus. It's N3 minus. So remember the valency in case of nitrogen. And otherwise also, why are you mugging this up? आप configuration से भी कर सकते हो, है ना? तो उससे कर लो. ठीक है? You can do it that way also. Nitrogen 2,5. You know it requires 3 more electrons to be stable. तो क्या होगा charge? 3 minus होगा ना? So you can in a way cross check like this as well. So good attempt, but yes, you need to remember this. And ma'am, the mistake ma'am was pointing out was the crisscross one. Sometimes we forget to do the crisscross, I think.
Yes, and of course sometimes we forget to take the, we don't consider the valency of nit. Just because in the question they've just said X is 2 and they've given you the valency, you don't even think about the valency of nitride also. I used to do that. I used to just forget about it and write XN2 as the answer.
And some of them are saying, ma'am, nitrate से confuse हो गए. फिर ठीक है. That means you know nitrate में valency क्या है. Forgiven, but not forgiven. Revise all valencies.
Yes. So, ma'am, I think some of them are still confused with nitride. So, I think they're asking for an explanation. So, I think you can give a quick one before we go into question number 16 also, because some of them are still pretty confused.
All right, let's quickly go back on the explanation slide once. So, bacha, whenever you have to write the formula, first of all, you write the symbol for X, it's X. Nitride, you have to identify what is nitride. Nitride is N3 minus. Now for X, the valency is already given in the question. आपको question में given है valency 2 है. Nitride की आपको पता होनी चाहिए. आपको वैसे सबकी पता होनी चाहिए. All anions and cations. For nitride, it is N3 minus. क्या charge है? 3 minus charge है. क्या valency हो गई? 3 हो गई. अब जब आप criss cross करोगे तो X के साथ आ जाएगा 3, N के साथ 2. So it is X3N2. The ones who are saying, ma'am, nitrate, वो NO3 minus है. ठीक है? Chalo.
Okay, so now moving on to question number 16, everybody. Question number 16 on your screens. Identify the given cell organelle and select the incorrect, I'm going to stress on this word, incorrect statement regarding it. So you have two layers to this. It is involved in the formation of lysosomes. In plants, it's also known as dictyosomes. It synthesizes proteins and lipids. It is also known as the secretory organelle of the cell. So what is the correct answer? Bible stories and Bible verses. Kriti ma'am will take that doubt post once we finish this question.
What's the doubt?
Ma'am, I think they would send it once again. Yeah.
Oh, difference between element and compound. Yes, I'll tell you after this question is over.
Very easy question. Some of them have already told me, ma'am, I didn't read incorrect. Everyone, I was stressing on the word incorrect. Now, first and foremost, what is the organelle? Can you tell me? What is the organelle that was displayed on screen? Yes? Can you tell me in the chat? What is the organelle that we showed to you? Very good, exactly. It was Golgi, right? So we know that Golgi apparatus was the image that was shown. Now we know that Golgi apparatus is also known as the postman of the cell, which means that we know that a lot of packaging and modification takes place in the Golgi, and we know that it is also the secretory organelle of the cell, right? It secretes a lot of, there's a lot of secretory substances as well. Now we also know that as an extension of its function, it's also responsible for the production of lysosomes. And Golgi, not with the same structure that we find in animal cells, with slight modifications in them, they are often known as dictyosomes in plant cells, right? But do they synthesize protein and lipid? No, right? They don't synthesize protein and lipid. Can you tell me, right? Can you tell me which is responsible for synthesizing protein and lipid? Pranab Jyoti, what happened, bacha? Why are you so upset? If there's a doubt that we have not cleared, you tell me, right? Exactly, not SCR.
Don't underestimate the power of no and incorrect.
Exactly. Especially in, so far, if you've noticed, it's very, very important, right? It's not RER or SCR. I mean, if you say RER and SCR, okay. But the correct answer to this would be ER, right? Because at the end of the day, ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum, is what is responsible for this. So this is the correct answer. Option C is incorrect about Golgi. So I hope all of you are clear now. See, it's not like you don't know concepts. You all know concepts. You are just not able. Sometimes what you do, you don't read the question fully. You're in such a hurry to answer, which is why we're telling you to slow down a little, read the question, because you know the answers. In no way that you don't know. You all know. It's just how you apply it sometimes in hurry-burry becomes little, you know. You don't read one word here and there. And reading the question, ma'am, I think is the most important thing, right?
That's actually the most important thing, because if you read it wrong, you'll definitely get the answer wrong. So irrespective, even if you know the concept. So I think that's a very disheartening mistake that can happen. So never do that.
Yes. So of course, everyone, moving on to the last set of questions. And I think, ma'am, there was a doubt that you were going to take earlier, so.
Yes, so I'll quickly take that doubt. Meanwhile, all of you, we want all of you to hit the like button. These are the last 4 questions left. And so far, you must have realized that we've got amazing questions for all of you. So, fatafat se hit the like button. Meanwhile, I'll quickly tell the difference between elements and compounds. So, when we talk about elements, they have only one kind of atom in them. Say for example, oxygen, O2, both the atoms are of oxygen, of the same element. Or maybe Cl2, chlorine. Okay? So here, the atoms are of the same element. But when we talk about compound, we have atoms of different elements in them. Say for example, water, H2O. Now it has atom of, hydrogen atom is there, oxygen atom is there. ठीक है, तो दो अलग elements के atom इसमें involved हैं. So this is how you can identify an element which is actually having only one kind of atom. Other than that, it's going to be a compound. So quickly you can, for my, I would say for me to understand that you have understood it properly, फटाफट से मुझे ये बता दो कि sulfur element है कि compound है, जल्दी से. Sulfur, is it element or is it compound? Let's see. It's an element. Very good. Okay. Good. What about sodium carbonate? Element or compound? Fatafat se. Then we are on to the last 4 questions. Compound. Chalo. Good. Good. Everyone, now let's back up. हम 100 से नीचे आ चुके हैं, हमें ये नहीं करना, हमें 120 से ऊपर जाना है. So we need to get all the answers right now. That's our aim. अच्छे marks चाहिए grade 9 में कि नहीं? I want to see that kind of energy in the chat. Come on everyone. Statement 1 is saying formula unit mass of calcium chloride is 111 U. U is unified mass unit, okay? Statement 2, valency of chlorine is 2. Now figure out whether both the statements are correct, both the statements are incorrect, one of them is correct. You have to figure that out. Last 4 questions. Come on everyone. This is the 17th question now. Last 2 chemistry questions left, 2 biology questions left. Energy to full hai ma'am, they are saying. Answer bhi अच्छे से दे दो फिर.
So I'm sure in statement 1 and 2, like this is almost not exactly like assertion reason, ma'am, but again, like sometimes they struggle with identifying the true and false, right, with the combination of statements that are there.
Yeah. So they are like assertion reasons से डर लगता है. We are like, okay, statement 1, statement 2 ले लो. This is not assertion reason anymore. Ooh. A lot of you could figure out statement 1 is correct, but a lot of you thought that statement 2 is also correct. Bachcha, statement 2 कैसे correct है? Let's go on the explanation slide. You can see how the statements are being placed. So, पहला statement कह रहा है कि mass जो है calcium chloride का वो क्या है 111U. Formula unit mass हम ionic compounds में निकालते हैं. Calcium chloride is ionic, right? तो उसका in a way molecular mass ही निकाला है. That we are calling it as formula unit mass. तो आप clearly you can see it at the top. कैल्शियम का मास 40 है, एक एटम है तो 1 into 40. क्लोरीन का 35.5 है, 2 एटम्स है तो 2 into 35.5. Apply the mod mass and when you will add them, 111 you will come as the answer. Statement 1 was absolutely right. Statement 2 is saying कि क्लोरीन की जो वैलेंसी है ना वो 2 है. वो 2 कैसे हुई? Atomic number इसका 17 है, 17 protons है, 17 electrons है. Now place the 17 electrons. 2, 8, 7 as you can see. ठीक है, 2, 8, 7 आपको दिख रहा है. 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स वैलेंस शेल में, कितने और चाहिए? 1 more to become stable. तो वैलेंसी क्या होगी? 1 होगी. चार्ज क्या होगा? 1 minus होगा and not 2. So that is why the second statement was incorrect. I hope you've understood that. Yes? I wish Aishwarya ma'am's team should win. Aishwarya ma'am, we have a lot of your fans in the chat right now.
So with that, then let's get the next 2 questions. So we'll pace it up a little, everyone, and very quickly. So we'll pace it up and let's go to the next one, right? Yes, I know I'm supposed to have a class also with the 10th standard students. Some of them are already here and like, ma'am, when are you coming? But I guess Ankita ma'am is already at the 46th question. So at the time I finish, I think Ankita ma'am will wind up. I'll come quickly as soon as I can. So question number 18, everybody, on your screens, right? So which among the following statements are correct? You have 4 statements from which you need to identify the correct answer. This is very easy. I told you plant hybridization is very important, right? So everyone, please make sure that you read the question thoroughly and answer. This is so easy. This is very, very easy.
Yes.
This is a very simple one, ma'am. Just like how you had statement 1 and 2, this is another version of that.
So I can see in the chat also they are kind of going for the same option, so they might get this one right.
Yes. I'm also hoping that you all pay attention to the options. Just read the statements.
I know that by the time we'll reach 20th question, everything will change. And we're almost there.
Oh, all right. I can see that most of you marked option A. Let me just have a look at it. All right, everybody said 1 and 3, okay, and the answer has been marked 1 and 2. I think there has been a mistake in the options. Actually, all of you have got the answer correctly. It is 1 and 3. There has been a glitch in the Menti, right? So it's been marked 1 and 2. That's actually incorrect. So very sorry about that. There's been a glitch in the platform. It's 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is correct. Solution is not wrong. There's a glitch in this, right? There has just been a glitch on Menti. You know how Menti always decides to throw us a curveball in between, right? Ma'am, how much ever we trust Menti and we say, yes, it's going to be fine. But here and there, they give us something here and there, no? Yes. But it's correct.
So maybe
option A is correct.
We can add 115.
Yes, we can add 115 to the score, right? We'll not be able to correct it now because the answer is gone. But option A is correct. You are all right for those of you who said option A is correct. So in this case, we know hybridization is the crossing between genetically dissimilar plants. This option A is correct. Option 2 is wrong actually. I'm sorry about that. Option 2 is incorrect because cross between two varieties is not called interspecific hybridization, but it's called intervarietal hybridization. While on the other hand, introducing genes of a desired character into plant gives rise to genetically modified crops. So the statement is also true. So you are correct, right? Now at the same time, crosses between plants of two species is what we call as inert. It says inert varietal, but it's intervarietal hybridization, right? So again, that is incorrect. They have interchanged it. So in this case, as we all know, the correct answer is option A, that is 1 and 3. We will add the points to the score, and I'm very sorry about that. Marks will be added, right? Yes. Ma'am, Arsh ma'am changes. So the thing is, as much as I want to change it now, we have a certain layout which is set for the challenge series, so I may not be able to change the answer. But nonetheless, right, need justice, you have my love and my support. So please. Very sorry about the glitches in Menti. Very sorry about that, Abhishek. Please, really sorry for what happened. So ma'am, I think with this we can move on to question number 19, right?
Yes. Everyone, this is the last chemistry question. So let's see, let's load the question quickly, and I want all of you to get this right. Come on, let's end it on a great score. The question says, and Asha, I'll take your doubt after reading the question, okay? Out of the given elements X and Y, which is going to be chemically more reactive, look at both the representations being given to you. Okay, representations देखो पीछे X and Y. अब इसमें से आपको figure out करना ज़्यादा reactive कौन होगा, X होगा, Y होगा कि दोनों equally reactive है. That's what you have to figure out. Meanwhile, I'll quickly take Asha's doubt. So, Asha, molecular mass and formula unit mass same ही है. Formula unit mass is nothing but molecular mass. मगर हम formula unit mass किसके लिए यूज करते हैं? आयनिक कंपाउंड्स के लिए यूज करते हैं. तो अगर आयनिक कंपाउंड है तो उसके मास को हम formula unit mass बोल देते हैं in place of molecular mass. That's the only difference. That is, it is for ionic compounds. Otherwise, the method to calculate is the same. Unit would be the same. Everything would be the same. And yes, I can see a lot of you marking incorrect answer. कोई बात नहीं. अच्छे क्वेश्चन आएंगे तभी तुम अपना दिमाग लगाओगे अच्छे से. And time's up. A lot of you marked Y. Ma'am, let's do one thing. Let's go on the answer slide 1 so that the next slide. Yes. Now for X, 17 electrons you have to place. ठीक है, 17 ही atomic number है. Protons भी 17, electrons भी 17. 287. For Y it is 18, which means 288. Now, don't you think 288 is very much happy because the outermost shell is complete? It has 8 electrons, octet rule is being followed. But in case of 287, it will definitely want to gain another electron. Now, if it gains another electron, it would want to react, right? तो reactivity किसकी ज़्यादा हो जाएगी? X की, क्योंकि उसको अभी भी एक electron gain करना है. ठीक है? तो X is going to be more reactive because it is going to gain an electron, and that it can do only if it reacts. Meanwhile, as you look at Y is very happy because it is following the octet rule. It has 8 electrons. It is chemically inert. So there you go. This is why X was the correct answer. I hope this is clear to all of you now. Yes. Yes, X has valency 1 and Y is stable. Y की valency क्या 0 है. No capacity or no tendency to combine at this point of time. Absolutely. So for the ones, a lot of you marked the other option Y. I hope now you know why the answer is X. And let's have the final biology question now.
Yes, everyone. So this is the last biology question, and I hope that all of you have, you're prepared and ready, and let's hope that Menti does not throw any more glitches our way. Identify P, Q, and R and select the correct statement regarding them. This will require some of your time, okay? So here you need to identify this. It's an inference-based question. So I will just use this for my reference. All right. So normally, ma'am, when these questions come, I'll also keep solving with them.
So I think another thing you all can learn from Aishwarya ma'am now.
Yes. I tell them also. Because normally once the question disappears, it gets, in Menti especially, gets very tough for us, right?
Yeah. Yes, this was the last question, bacha.
They're saying, Kriti ma'am, guess the answer.
That's a scary one.
Very good, everyone. Very good. I can see most of you got the answer correctly. So now let's have a look at the options, okay? So you have P, Q, R. Now P, it says that it's a Venn diagram basically. Now P is bounded by double membrane, present in plant cell, present in animal cell. Now Q is something which is double membrane and found in both plant and animal cell. P is double membrane and found only in plant cell. R is present both in plant and animal cell, and they have said nothing more about it. Now let's have a look, okay? So Q is a common one that is there. They're saying now Q is a colorless organelle that is found storing food. Q is common in both plant and animal. Now when it talks about it's a colorless organelle, right, and in storage of food, it's more inclining towards leucoplast, right? So in this case, it cannot be Q. Then it says P could be an organelle that contains chromosomes. Okay, they're saying P could be an organelle which contains chromosome. Now P, if it has to contain chromosome, Q, yes, you can consider that. But they're saying P is double membrane and found only in plant cell. Nucleus is found only in plant cell. No, right? Absolutely not. Then it says R could be an organelle that is involved in photosynthesis. How can R be an organelle involved in photosynthesis? That means that R should ideally be present in plant cell and be double membrane, not be present in animal cell, right? Which is why in this case the correct answer is option D, which is Q, which says that Q is an organelle which is double membrane, present both in plant cell as well as animal cell, which is why in this case the correct answer is option D, right? So as you all know, right, we know that, it's found in plant cell and animal cell and of course produces energy. Yes? So with this, of course, ma'am, we come to the end of our quiz right now. So I'm sure all of them must be excited to see the leaderboard, right?
Yes, so let's do one thing. Let's ask them to quickly hit the like button and then we will show you the leaderboard. Meanwhile, बच्चा IDE हमेशा 3 नहीं होगा. सल्फाइड की अगर मैं बात करूं, that's 2 minus. Okay, so it's not always that IDE से end or else it's going to be 3 minus. ठीक है अंगद? All right, I hope everyone has liked the session. फटाफट से मैम, how many likes का target do you want to give?
There is 267. I feel like 280 is a good number.
चलो, Let's have 280 likes and then we will have a look at the final leaderboard. Yes, Shreyansh, we can see you there.
Yes, ma'am. We actually hit 282.
All right, let's have the leaderboard.
Well done, Shivansh, with 15,494 points, followed by Himanshi, who's the fastest. Then we have Hoor and Aishwarya, Darsh, Manjita, Rinku, Tapasya, Mohammad Zishan, and Bhavya. So well done, everybody. Well done. Yes, a lot of you are like, ma'am, I lost points because of the glitch. We're very sorry, everybody, about that once again.
But I think you still have a very good question back of 20 science questions, chemistry and biology. And bacha, whichever question we get here, if you're getting it wrong, I think that's a very good sign that you are now able to identify the weak areas. And this way you will know कि किस चीज पे काम करना है. तो अपनी मेहनत continue रखो, because your exams are just round the corner and the clock is ticking. तो पढ़ते रहना है, मेहनत करते रहना है. And again, we will keep mentioning the same thing. Ranks से ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता, फर्क पड़ता है knowledge से. तो knowledge अपनी सही रखो and उसके लिए definitely we've got you covered.
Yes, so you know that no matter what, we've got you covered. So do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon, because as you know, that all the amazing things and a lot more interesting things are going to keep coming your way. So everybody, quickly make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. And congratulations to you, ma'am. This time, chemistry won.
I think as a whole, science preparation is going on point. So very well done, all of you. And in the comment section, do let us know how many questions you got it right. Like out of 20, how many questions you got right. So this way we'll understand that, you know, where are you standing out of the 20, like based on the 20 questions that we've shared with all of you. So do let us know. We will come back and we'll read the comments this time.
Yes, and up until then, everybody, take care. Lots of love. This is Aishwarya ma'am and Kriti ma'am signing off. And we will see you all soon.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.